Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to ABCD News Network. Please welcome your host, David Villa.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to ABCD News Network, where we cover the hottest asset-based community development sites in town. Tonight's story is SOAM, otherwise known as So Others Might Eat. SOAM is a support site in Northwest DC for homeless people in the city. SOAM provides services like food, clothing, and a place to bathe for the homeless residents in DC. Today, I'll be asking students in the School of Business at GW about their experiences working at So Others Might Eat.
Yeah?
Are you Charlotte Lewis?
I am.
Charlotte, you were one of the volunteers at SOAM a couple weeks ago,
I
correct?
was, yeah.
That's awesome. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your experience?
So I actually got to serve coffee to the homeless, which was really cool because I got to interact with them directly.
Wow, that's really
Are you guys
interesting.
talking about SOAM?
We are talking about SOAM. How about you? What did you experience?
I served food there the other day. I got to scoop, and it was like really nice because I'm more of a shy person, and I didn't really want to communicate with other people, so I just got to scoop. It was a good time.
That's awesome. Thank you very much for sharing,
Yeah,
ladies.
of course.
So, ladies, why don't you tell us a little bit about the people that you interacted with while you were there?
Some were young and some were old.
Some were polite and some were picky.
Some were sober and some were strung out.
So, Mallory, when you say that some of the residents there were strung out and some were sober, why don't you elaborate on that a little bit for us?
Well, it was very clear that some people were strung out on drugs, but it's nice because some has resources for them to where they can go and go into sober living and get help. And it's just a really great resource for them to get help.
I heard your class talks a lot about asset-based community development. Why don't you tell us a little bit about how SOAM has implemented these ABCD qualities into their program?
Well, it was partly ABCD, but partly NBCD, which means need-based community development. And there was ABCD because we weren't real professionals, and that was a proof of everyone has a gift for the world. But it was also NBCD, which means need-based community development, as I said before. That's because food were their basic needs of the homeless people.
Now for the final question. How did SOAM impact all of these people?
What I got from SOAM was being able to help people that aren't just in Foggy Bottom. It was really cool being able to see the different types of people that aren't just on this college campus. For me, it was really great to get back to the community that we live in and learn more about DC and the population that exists in it.
My biggest takeaway was that a lot of the stereotypes about homeless people aren't necessarily true.
I experienced the happiness of helping homeless people, and which is very important for me.
Thank you for joining us on tonight's edition of ABCD News Network.